If you're a Sigma male, you've likely noticed you don't have many friends. In fact, you might be able to count them on one hand and still have fingers left. Why is that? Is it because Sigmas are antisocial, mysterious, or is there something deeper in their nature? Sigma males don't fit into any mold. They don't seek validation. They don't need to be surrounded by people. And most importantly, they don't trust just anyone. In a world where many go to great lengths to fit in, Sigmas stand out by going in the opposite direction. And while this gives them many advantages, it also comes with a cost: solitude. Today, I'll reveal the 12 reasons why Sigma males have few or no friends. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand that friendship for a Sigma isn't a necessity. It's a luxury. Reason number 1, they see through lies. If there's one thing Sigma males can detect faster than a military radar, it's lies. They don't need a polygraph or to be CIA detectives, they just know. They notice inconsistencies in words, the way someone avoids eye contact, the slight tremble in a voice when someone is making something up. While others may fall for appearances, the Sigma sees the truth as if they had X-ray vision. Here's the problem. We live in a world where lying has become a social habit. Everyone says what others want to hear. Sure, I'll call you later. That haircut looks amazing. I love this job. People say it, but few actually mean it. The Sigma, on the other hand, doesn't play that game. If something doesn't sound authentic, they walk away. It's not paranoia, it's survival. They don't have time for empty words or baseless promises, and of course this leaves them with fewer friends, because being too real in a world full of appearances isn't always welcomed. They'd rather surround themselves with a few genuine people, and if that means having an empty social calendar, so be it. Reason number 2, they walk away at the first sign of toxicity. Sigma males have a toxicity detector sharper than a trained dog, sniffing out illegal substances. They don't need someone to yell at them, manipulate them, or cause a scene to know something's wrong. At the first sign of toxic behavior, they simply turn around and leave. No explanations, no drama, no tearful goodbyes with emotional background music. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone wouldn't stop complaining, criticizing others, or creating problems out of thin air? The Sigma notices this immediately, and their mind only thinks one thing: I don't have time for this. It's not because they're insensitive, but because they know toxicity is contagious, and if they stick around too long, they'll end up involved in unnecessary conflicts. Most people have a high tolerance for drama. They see it as entertainment or a normal part of life. The Sigma, however, sees it as an energy drain, and since energy is a valuable resource, they'd rather invest it in something more useful, like their goals, their peace of mind, or simply being alone. For them, solitude will always be better than bad company. Reason number 3, they don't try to fit in. If life were a dance, most people would be focused on following the right steps, moving in sync with others, and not embarrassing themselves. The Sigma male, however, isn't even on the dance floor. He's probably at the bar, watching with a subtle smile, wondering why everyone is so obsessed with fitting in. For him, the idea of changing just to be accepted is absurd. He doesn't need to modify his personality, fake interests, or follow trends just to gain approval. Authenticity is his essence, and if that means not being part of any group, he doesn't mind at all. The problem is that society isn't used to people like this. If you don't go with the flow, if you don't talk like everyone else, if you're not excited by the same things, people see you as strange. But the Sigma isn't here to meet other people's expectations. He'd rather walk alone than lose his identity. It's not that he's antisocial or incapable of making friends. He just won't change who he is to fit in. And if that makes him different, so be it. Reason number 4, they doubt everything and everyone. Sigma males don't buy into stories easily. It's not that they're paranoid, but if someone says the sky is blue, they'll probably look up just to make sure. It's not about excessive distrust. It's about caution. They've seen too many instances where people say one thing and do another. When someone enters their life with too much kindness, their first thought isn't, "What an amazing person," but rather, "What's their real motive?" It's not that they don't want to trust. It's that life has taught them that naivety comes at a high price. Promises, sweet words, overly kind gestures. The Sigma analyzes everything with surgical precision. They notice the details, the inconsistencies, the small gestures that others overlook. If something doesn't add up, they don't waste time giving it another chance. They simply walk away before wasting their energy. Of course, this makes them seem like difficult people, but from their perspective, it's a survival strategy. While others dive headfirst into false relationships or friendships with hidden agendas, they proceed cautiously. In a world where many wear masks, the Sigma doesn't trust until they see the real face. Reason number 5, they don't chase friendships. While many see friendship as a kind of collection where they gather as many contacts as possible, the Sigma male views it differently. He doesn't need to surround himself with an army of acquaintances or make monumental efforts to be liked. Simply put, if a connection happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, he won't lose sleep over it. He's not the type to send messages just to keep in touch or go out of his way to attend every gathering. It's not because he's rude, but because he prefers relationships to happen naturally. If someone wants to be in his life, they will be. But if they need to be chased or convinced, they're not worth it. The Sigma understands something most people overlook. The best friendships are those that flow effortlessly, without the need for forced encounters or superficial conversations to fill awkward silences. He values quality over quantity because he knows the wrong company can be more draining than the solitude. While others desperately chase acceptance in social circles, the Sigma walks his path without worry. For him, friendship isn't a necessity, it's an extra. And when it happens, it must be genuine or not happen at all. Reason number 6, they demand absolute loyalty. For the Sigma male, loyalty isn't optional. It's not a pretty ornament to be used when convenient and discarded when it's not. It's a requirement. You're either with him or you're not. He doesn't expect grandiose declarations of loyalty or dramatic speeches about devotion. He just wants one simple thing, for the people in his life to be honest and trustworthy. The problem is, most people aren't. People switch sides when it suits them, make promises they don't keep, and when you least expect it, the person you trusted becomes a ghost when you need them most. The Sigma has no patience for that. If he detects even the slightest betrayal, he erases that person from his life as if they never existed. No second chances, no negotiations, no long apologies. It's not about holding a grudge, it's about efficiency. He'd rather have a small, solid circle than a large one full of holes. And that's how he ends up with few friends. In a world where loyalty seems to be an endangered concept, the Sigma doesn't give it away. He demands it. Reason number 7, they are an enigma to others. The Sigma male is like that character in a movie who shows up, says something profound, and vanishes without explanation. It's not because he's trying to be mysterious on purpose, it's simply that he doesn't feel the need to share every detail of his life. He doesn't update everyone about his thoughts, actions, or feelings. For most people, this is puzzling. Society is used to oversharing, where people talk too much, post their entire lives on social media, and explain themselves even when no one asked. But the Sigma is different. He prefers silence over unnecessary noise, observation over mindless chatter. This kind of behavior confuses others. They're curious, but they also feel uneasy. Why doesn't he talk much? What's he thinking? And here's the irony. The more private the Sigma is, the more attention he attracts. But it's not intentional. It's just that being authentic and reserved is increasingly rare in today's world. In the end, only a few people manage to understand him, and even fewer get close to him. It's not because he's inaccessible. It's because most people don't have the patience or depth to figure him out. Reason number 8. They avoid conflict at all costs. The Sigma male isn't the type to waste time on pointless arguments. He has no interest in proving he's right or expending energy trying to convince someone who clearly doesn't want to understand. While others thrive on endless debates, the Sigma simply gets up and leaves. Not because he can't win the argument, but because he doesn't care enough to play the game. For many, this is frustrating. They're used to people reacting, getting involved in drama, and engaging in unnecessary conflicts. But the Sigma refuses to give them that satisfaction. If something doesn't have a solution or isn't worth his time, he lets it go. And this confuses others. Aren't you going to say something? Doesn't this bother you? Of course he notices. Of course he understands. But it's just not worth his energy. That doesn't mean he's weak or submissive. When he truly needs to set boundaries, he does so with a calmness that leaves people speechless. But if the conflict doesn't bring any value, if it's just noise and distraction, he ignores it completely. Because in his world, peace of mind is a treasure. And if maintaining that peace means walking away from certain people, he won't hesitate. Reason number 9. They don't tolerate crowds. For many, being in a crowd is synonymous with fun. For the Sigma male, it's synonymous with exhaustion. While others enjoy events filled with people, noise, and shallow conversations, all he can think about is how much longer he has to stay. He's not antisocial. He just doesn't see the point of being surrounded by people with whom he has no real connection. He'd rather have a deep conversation with one interesting person than spend hours in a crowded place discussing meaningless topics. And when he's forced to be in such environments, his social energy runs out quickly. While others are excited that the party is just getting started, the Sigma is already planning his exit. Stay a little longer, they tell him, but he knows his time is valuable and won't waste it on forced interactions. This leaves him with fewer friends, because most people build relationships through shared spaces and activities. The Sigma doesn't follow those rules. If his social circle is smaller because of it, he doesn't mind. True connection doesn't require a crowd, it requires authenticity, and that's rarer than a selfie-free party these days. Reason number 10, they don't let just anyone in. The Sigma male doesn't believe in the saying, the more the merrier, when it comes to friendships. For him, quality always trumps quantity. He has no interest in surrounding himself with people who don't add value or aren't authentic. If someone is shallow, overly dramatic, or doesn't align with his principles, the Sigma keeps his distance. It's as if he has an internal filter that assesses people before allowing them into his life. It's not about being elitist, it's about understanding that time and energy are finite resources. Being around the wrong people isn't just draining, it can distract him from his goals and disturb his peace of mind. Have you noticed how some people maintain relationships out of obligation or fear of being alone? The Sigma doesn't operate that way. If someone doesn't inspire trust, if he feels there's no authenticity, or that the relationship is based on superficial interests, he won't hesitate to cut ties. It's not about being cold, it's about protecting his space. For the Sigma, life is too short to spend it with people who don't contribute positively. And while this means he has fewer friends, the ones he does have are truly worth keeping. Reason number 11, they are difficult to understand. The Sigma male is like a book with a plain cover but complex pages that few have the patience to read. On the surface, he seems calm, reserved, even indifferent. But inside, There's a world of ideas, values, and emotions he doesn't reveal easily. Most people are used to others being like open books. Everything is visible, nothing is hidden. But the Sigma is more like a vault. He doesn't share his thoughts with just anyone, not because he doesn't have any, but because he prefers to observe first. This puzzles others. What's he thinking? Why doesn't he talk more? That mysterious aura intrigues people, but also frustrates those who want a quick and easy connection. The truth is that Sigmas operate on a different level. They don't seek validation or approval. They don't share their lives just to fill awkward silences. And of course, this makes many see them as difficult to understand. But those who take the time to get to know them discover that behind that quiet exterior lies a brilliant mind and a loyal heart. The problem is, few are willing to dig deeper. Reason number 12. They don't need anyone's approval. The Sigma male doesn't seek applause, doesn't chase likes, and certainly doesn't need a love-it reaction to feel complete. While many are preoccupied with what others think, the Sigma follows his path without looking back or to the side. His compass is set to guide him based on his own values, not the opinions of others. Can you imagine the relief of not worrying about what others think? While others adjust their personalities to fit in or seek validation, the Sigma is immune to it. If he doesn't like something, he says it. If someone disagrees with him, he doesn't lose sleep over it. For him, mental peace is more important than external approval. This independence confuses others. How can he stay so calm, no matter what people think of him? The answer is simple. The Sigma understands that true happiness doesn't come from others' opinions, but from staying true to yourself. He doesn't seek attention, doesn't need applause, and certainly doesn't aim to please everyone. At the end of the day, the only person who truly matters is the one he sees in the mirror. Being a Sigma male isn't easy, but it's a powerful and authentic way of life. Throughout this video, we've explored why Sigmas have few or no friends, and each reason shows that it's not about being antisocial or distant. It's about having strong principles and clarity about what truly matters in life. We've learned that Sigmas value honesty, loyalty, authenticity, and peace of mind above all else. Their ability to see beyond appearances, avoid toxicity, stay true to their essence and not seek validation from others makes them unique in a world where superficial connections are the norm. Though their path may be solitary, it reflects inner strength and freedom. After all, true wealth isn't in the number of friends you have, but in living according to your own values. If this video helped you understand the Sigma personality better or simply found it interesting, don't forget to like it to support us. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss more content like this. And before you go, check out the recommended video on the screen. I guarantee you'll love it. See you next time.